Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we left off on during afternoon. We just finished all our quests that we had to do and came back for a little bit of lunch. Now the time has advanced and we're going to talk to everybody again, and we are also going back to Zendergate and the military area and everything. And of course do all the side quests. So the main quest is going to the North Highlands and following Norton, the photographer that came to this place. He apparently wandered off on his own and might be in danger. No, let's rephrase that. He is in danger right now. But, well, we're not taking care of that right now. First, Horsey. Ah, that. Now let's talk to everybody. You've got a quest for me. Now I've been waiting for you all. Did you have a look at my request? We did. You want us to hold a class with the children, right? What do you want us to teach them, though? Don't worry, it's nothing too difficult. I just want you to teach them a little bit about Erebonia. I see, that explains why you asked us then. This is a good chance for them to learn about life outside the settlement. They attend Sunday school, so they are fine in regards to regular studies. Might I ask how Sunday school is carried out here? A traveling priest comes by once a month to hold it. We really can't be thankful enough for all of his efforts. When you think about it, the sheer amount of work the church does on such a huge scale really is amazing. Indeed, it's all thanks to the goddess's generosity. Do you have the time to help? If so, I'd call the children over. Sure. Yeah, we're ready when you are. Thank you. Oh, I meant to say, we want this to be similar to Sunday school, so we'd like just one of you to serve as the teacher. Feel free to pick among yourselves, though keep in mind that Guy isn't a candidate. Who's the ideal candidate for this, then? I believe each of us would have our own unique things to teach here. That's true. I think it might be best to go with Emma. Actually, I believe that you would be the best candidate for this, Rean. What? I was thinking the same thing myself, actually. Social standing's pretty important in Erebonia, and there's a broad variety of opinions about it. But you're kind of a special case, Rean. That's true. His unique position allows him to discuss things from a relatively unbiased point of view. But I think you'd be a good choice, Rean. Even taking your position out of the equation, you're almost always the center of our class anyway. Well, I suppose I can't say no if everyone feels that way, can I? All right then, I'll do it. Thanks. Well, looks like we're ready to begin. Wonderful, I'll gather the children right away. I sure hope that by doing this quest, the dialogue from every child around this town doesn't change, because I'd rather have talked to them before this. Quest to special lesson started. Oh, there's 3 children. Of course there is. Is that everyone? I don't see Toma anywhere, though. Toma's part of the older group in Sunday school, so... Yeah, he's got some work to do, too, so he can't come. I see, I was hoping he'd be here, too. Let's get started, then. Hey, I'm so excited. Glad to hear it. I guess I should introduce myself first. I'm Rean Schwarzer. My friends and I came here from Thors Military Academy. Thors Military Academy? You're from the same academy as Guy is, then. School's for studying and stuff, right? What do you study there? Well, we get taught all kinds of things, really. There are the basic subjects like history and math, but being a military academy, we also learn the art of combat. That's the same stuff Lacan and everyone else uses to fight monsters, isn't it? That's so cool. I see you've got a boyish side to you after all. Yeah, despite being a little scaredy cat. No, I'm not. Hey now, there's no need for teasing. Hey, how far is that academy from here? How far in terms of distance? You came here on something called a train, didn't you? Could you tell us how long that trip took? Ah, that makes it a bit easier in that case. 8 hours. If we take the transfer times out of the equation, then we were on the train for about 8 hours, I would say. That's pretty far. Daddy told me that trains are fast too, so it still took you that long even then? Must be super far away then. It really is. Though the fact that we still made it here in a day is pretty amazing. Yeah, it would have taken a lot longer by horse. Can I ask you something too? Of course. Right, what's the biggest place in Erebonia then? That would be Heimdallr, which is our capital city. Heimdallr, that's a cool name. Yeah, it sounds strong. That's quite a unique way to judge it. How many people live there? But, oh god, no clue. Absolutely no clue. You know, if we go to Heimdallr in like chapter 6 or something, I mean, we're gonna meet like a max of 40 people, so I would, yeah, between 40 and 60 I would say, but these numbers are a little high, right? No effing clue. None. Being the biggest city, I would say 800,000, but I have no clue. It's between 300k and 800k. This is Erebonia. This is a huge nation, much larger than a nation like Liberl, so I would expect it to have a high amount. 800,000 people, is that big of a deal? Are those a lot? Those are a lot of people. Nah, it's a lot of people. I don't know. Is it around 300,000? Nah, that's Bereahart's population. In that case, from what I remember, it's about 800,000 people. 800,000? Is that a lot? Seems like she can't quite comprehend a number that big just yet. Then again, I can't imagine that many people in one place either. You're not the only one. Of course, you'd never actually see that many people all at once. Granted, he struggles from time to time, but they're learning the correct information in the end. So it seems. A lot of it is common knowledge, though. Well, I'm just glad to see them learning something. He's not a bad teacher. If anyone has further questions, please feel free to ask. Can I ask something then? Of course, what is it? How long ago was Thors first built? Guys told me all about how it has a long history, but I've forgotten when exactly it was made. 220 and 250? I was thinking like 150, I guess 220. Thors was founded about 220 years ago, roughly 30 years after the War of the Lines ended. The founder was none other than Emperor Drykos, a legendary figure in the Empire and even here in the Highlands. Founding the Academy was one of the last things he did before he passed away. That's a long time! I didn't know that Emperor Drykos was the one who founded it. I know who he is too. He was friends with our ancestors, wasn't he? Yeah, he won the war and became the most important person in Erebonia. Yup, that's how he became the Emperor. Hearing you all talk about him really goes to show how deep his connection with Nord was. So is there anything else you'd like to know? Me, I have a question. Well, it's almost time for us to finish up for the day. Is there anything else you'd like to know before then? I think I've asked everything. I can't think of anything else either. You two really did ask a lot. Ah, yeah. Seems like she's not all out just yet. You talked about them before, but what are nobles? Well, you see, there's been a class system in place within Erebonia for a long time now. What's a class system? How could you give me a few minutes to think? I'm not entirely sure how I should answer this. Can I ask as well how that is, now that it's been brought up? Go ahead. I'm not sure if either of them will really understand if you try to explain normally, so could you give us your own thoughts on nobles instead? That might make things easier to understand. That makes giving an answer easier, too. Wow, things escalated quickly, didn't they? Indeed. I wonder how he'll answer. This is still a bit tough. I don't think there's really a right or wrong way to answer, so I'll just have to answer with my heart, I guess. To me. Pride in one... What do you believe nobles represent? Pride in one's lineage? Bonds with one's family? No idea. You don't need to be noble to have bonds with your family, and you don't need to be a noble to be proud in your lineage. That's bullshit. Both of those. What do they represent? This is a bullshit question. I'm glad they gave me a third option. I really don't know, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. There's plenty of different nobles out there to take their status into account in different ways. But there is one thing I can say about them at least. What might that be? The fact that regardless of everything, Erebonia as it currently is would never have existed without them. There's certainly a lot of problems surrounding the class system, but I don't think that serves as an excuse to completely deny every facet of the nobility. Because in the end, it's always possible to fix the way things currently are. I'm just rambling now, sorry. Nah, it's okay. I learned a lot from what you've told us. I didn't really get it, but you sounded real cool. Yeah. So that's how he feels. That was a really thoughtful response. One very like him as well. It was. I'm very impressed, to be honest. Regardless, that should be enough for today. Make sure to thank him now, everyone. Thank you very much. You're welcome. That was bad. Let me give you something to thank you for taking the time to teach the children. I believe that was a very valuable experience for all of them. Truthfully, I don't feel like I did a very good job explaining things. I ended up spending too much time thinking about their questions too. You could tell you were really enthusiastic though, and I think the kids picked up on that too. She's right. They all seem to have been enjoying themselves. Your answer to that final question was rather impressive as well. Yeah, looks like the kids aren't the only ones who learned something new today. I got so caught up in the details that I couldn't really explain myself properly. But I'm glad you think I did okay. You should have some more confidence in yourself. At any rate, here's your compensation for playing teacher today. Yellow pendulum. Thank you, ma'am. Well, then, I wish you the best of luck with that field study of yours. May the blessings of the winds and the goddess be with you. A special lesson completed. You did a great service for the children. They all learned a lot from your lesson. Good luck with the rest of your tasks, and may the winds of Idios be with you. You did a great service for the children. This seems to be where the settlements' food supply is stored. Okay, I mean, I guess. I guess the settlement would have a food supply. Let's talk to everybody first. In the lodging yard, there shouldn't be anyone. Nobody broke in here at night. Or during the meal time, I guess. I'm sorry about that sneeze. I'm sorry. Sorry. The medical man would be gone now. Yeah. He's doing shit. Oh, hello. Well, you see, oh right, this food is for preserving. It's most definitely not being used for any parties being held tonight, no sir. The people here aren't very good at lying, are they? I hadn't noticed before. That's not necessarily a bad thing, though. This may look like I'm preparing soup for an event, but I can assure you that I'm not. We most certainly are not planning any sort of party tonight. Oh, boy. I mean, you could have honestly just said I'm preparing lunch for my husband, but, I guess, you know. I mean, I'm not good at lying either, but I'm better at lying than that. Tomas is always putting everyone before himself. Trading post. The traditional outfits we wear here each have their own meanings. White represents the earth, green represents the wind. Meanwhile, the blue, which surrounds them, symbolizes the sky and harmony. The traditional outfits. No, the truck is gone. He's out gathering wood with the truck. Come here. Lily wanted to go horse riding, but I can't ride a horse yet. She said she wants to go to the lake, too. Lake Lacrima is pretty far away, Kotan. Be sure not to go there yourself, even once you've learned how to ride a horse. Okay. Oh, hey, it's Bro's friends. Want to play tag with us? Bro's friends. Come on, Kotan. Wait up, Lily. Oh, you two. Two little troublemakers. Alright, sheep. It's a sheepish situation. No, I don't... There's no possible... No. Hey there, I was waiting for you. How in the world did the fence end up like this? Your guess is as good as mine. Seems like it got broken sometime just before noon. Unfortunately, some of the sheep have managed to escape too. I doubt there's any need to worry about monsters getting them because they're surprisingly fast, but would you be able to go out and find them for me? Sure. Gladly. How many sheep managed to escape? 5 of them in total. Based on their hoof prints, it seems like 3 went north and 2 went south. I'd honestly like to go search for them myself, but I need to get this fence fixed up first. Otherwise, the rest of them will make a break for it as well. Don't worry, we'll take care of them. Shall we begin the search immediately then? That's probably the best idea, especially with how vast the highlands are. We'll need to make some preparations of our own before leaving, though. I agree. Heading out there with insufficient supplies is foolhardy. Right then, let's get started once we're ready. Wow, I thought I would have to gather them here in this space, but I gotta gather them out on the highlands? You sure they're fast enough to dodge those enemies? Because those enemies are sure fast. From some of them I would expect for the sheep to not have much of a chance. I'm talking ostrich right now. I want to go to the southern islands, yes. I'm talking ostrich. Alright. I won't be looking at the map, though. I'm gonna find them by myself. First, I'm gonna go down toward the watchtower anyways. We don't need to engage any enemies right now. Although I'll engage like 1 of them, or 2 of them. Nice, I've got a little sheep counter in the bottom right. Flying snake. I haven't heard the whistle in a long time. Did we really have the same music though? Yeah. The other, like 4 episodes I had here, that's sheep. Weird. Why did I not hear the whistle? Usually that's something I hear. Sheep. We're not gonna have to battle you, are we? You're gonna run away from me? Brr. Ah, found one. I'm surprised it managed to come all the way out here. What are we going to do with the sheep we find? I'll lead the sheep back to the settlement with my horse, but we should leave guiding them back until after we found all 5. Okay, we'll leave that to you then. Found the first sheep. I've got one sheep with me. Okay. Sheep is a funny word. Sheep is singular and plural in one. It's funny. That looks cool. What is that? Nothing. Eric, didn't you give Emma the scent? Yeah, you did. Get that out of my face. You get dark matter. You have voice breaker currently. Okay, no one has slots that don't have quartz inside of them. Good. Let's go to the tower. I dismount. Hey, sir. Zats and Roan couldn't be less alike if they tried. Roan's always serious, but Zats is really easygoing. Couldn't be less alike. Takes any chance he can to slack off. And yet, somehow, they get along really well. Always wondered why that is. It's not a bad thing, though. Out here, all we've got to do is our work, and each other. Watching those two makes for a nice distraction for the rest of us. Only a month until my next vacation. Alright, time to focus. Wow, a month. Only a month. I graduated the same year as Zats, and we both ended up stationed here. But he never changes. I really hope he doesn't get himself in serious trouble someday. He's always so upbeat that it's easy for him to get along with just about everybody. That's not a bad thing, of course, but he needs to stop slacking off while on duty at least. I thought I'd have a little of that wine I snuck in to spice up my lunch, but I got busted by Roan again. He gave me an earful about how I would be discharged if one of our superiors caught me. Who does he think he is? My mother? Nah. That Roan needs to give it a rest. He ought to lighten up once in a while. I think I got his voice completely wrong. I don't know what I did with his voice last time, though. In my defense, there are only 3 people up here in this base, though. That's why it was so hard to judge an amount of population for a town. Because you say there's 800,000 people, and you see 50, and you talk to everybody you found. But I can see that there would be problems with him putting 800,000 characters there. No one human being can be that creative. Where's the sheep? You have to be here somewhere, sheep. At least you can see him from quite a ways away. No sheep down here. Hey, Chocobo.
We have the advantage.
My turn.
I can get a single advantage from horseback, and I will use it. You are not resisting its attack delay.
My turn.
Rapid thrust.
Go!
Oh,
I'll help.
It's my turn.
nice.
Okay.
They are quite resistant against whatever you dish out. Well, let's try this dark matter. How good is suction?
Go!
They got grouped together enough so that I can hit every last one of them with Arc Slash. That's good.
My turn.
You don't have what it takes, chooses. You have a B rating in what he is in thrust. It's not enough though.
Leave it to me.
With turbulence, you should. What does turbulence cost? Gale Stinger, you should hit all 4, right? No, turbulence hits all 4. Costs 30.
Whirlwind!
How much does it give you
To
back?
me! We're open!
15.
Got it! Go!
So it basically only costs half.
Okay.
0 arts.
Yeah.
I don't hit both with this. That was quite a waste.
Very well.
I wasted 0 EP there. That was bad. What don't you like? All my shit costs too much except for Aqua Bleed. Except for Aqua Bleed.
Arcus, activate.
Here we go!
Done.
Okay,
Nice
it's
slash.
safe for now.
The CP regeneration on Rean is quite ridiculous too. But you know that.
Yeah!
Honestly, I should be fighting more just to level up my master quartzes, right? I don't know if that's worthwhile. I wish I knew what enemies gave good master quartz experience and what didn't. I should just do a calculation, honestly. Here's our sheep. You're the second sheep I need. No, don't get attacked by the grasshopper.
We have the advantage.
Here we go!
God, you guys are so cute. Can't believe I've been beating these guys up for so long. Well, with them being green, they're not as cute. And not as cute as they could be.
Go!
But the brown ones surely were the cutest.
I'll handle this.
You need dark matter as well. Maybe I should buy someone a Lost Mobius, but nah. Lost Mobius being a
Leave it to
master
me.
quartz. I'm thinking about it, but nah. Nah.
It's my turn.
Guys, your health is not looking up to snuff. Who is the one? You are the one.
Arcus, activate.
What?
Mrr.
Yeah.
Don't like you being blinded. They get movement down, right?
I'll handle this.
Oh yeah, no you won't. Get back in formation.
Go! Now's our chance!
No! Wanted to use rush!
My turn.
Ah.
Up there!
Ah.
Together, we're unbeatable.
Fine. Assorted grains, hi. Got so much red beast flesh, it is unfathomable. Horse. Sheep. Almost. Is that one of them? Yes, that's one of the sheep we're looking for. Ooh, that's two of them. Yeah, no, actually it's just one of them. It's just, like, if you look at it, it's just one, not two. Yeah, there are still a few more out here, though. Found the second sheep.
Let's get going.
Fair enough.
Yeah!
Doom. A little guy. Do. I just make myself unhappy if I look at my Master Quartz. I've been thinking about it now. If I look at my Master Quartz experience and then judge by how much experience I get. I have 8,780. And if I have status, don't I get total experience gained? 85,800. So I basically get a 10th. Does it add up though? 82,000? No, it doesn't work that way. In Master Quartz, only the experience that I gain in active combat probably get transferred over to the No, even the people without active usage of their quartz got level ups for Master Quartz. Otherwise, I would be lagging behind with juices by a ridiculous amount, and he's right in front of his next level up. Is everyone though? Of course you wouldn't be. No. 1,300. 1,000. I don't like Angel. Thales, Golden Sphere, Fortuna are not that good either. I don't like Angel much. We'll see what else it has on it, though. There's a boy from the settlement called Toma who comes by every now and again by horseback. I have to marvel at his riding skills whenever he does so, too. We know how to ride a horse ourselves, but I don't think any of us could compare to him. I wouldn't mind being taught by him, to be honest. Supposedly, the nomads learn how to handle horses at a very young age, so it's not surprising they're skilled with them. I wouldn't mind taking the time to learn from them someday. Supposedly, brr brr brr. While the 3rd Armored Division makes up tanks and airships, our most important type of vehicle is currently armored cars. Tell me, why do you think that might be? Armored cars lack the firepower of tanks and airships, so it's because they're capable of traversing rougher terrain? That's correct! The islands are both incredibly vast and uneven. Armored cars are better suited to handle rugged terrain like this, so they are the ideal type of vehicles to use here. That makes sense. So it's not all about pure firepower then. We learned something new today, thank you. An informed soldier is an effective soldier, keep that in mind. This applies especially to us of the 3rd Armored Division. Take this opportunity to deepen your understanding of military tactics. Sure, dude. Whatever you say. That is rather concerning, considering the fact that we conducted a thorough investigation on them all. Understood, I'll report this to the General just in case. That is rather concerning. Cool. That was interesting. Perhaps the most concerning thing of late has been the reports that the monsters are acting rather oddly. It's nothing major, but I can't help but wonder what the cause could be. A boy from the settlement told me that there's an old man living in the northern part of the highlands. Apparently he's skilled with horrible tech and can fix almost anything in a flash. He must be really skilled, considering how complicated some of the new Orbans are. I wouldn't mind having the chance to meet him one day. Cool. I wouldn't mind the chance to meet him either. Emma's the lucky winner. Jesus effing Christ. That was mainly for her getting EP. But then again, you can also equip a Silver Thorn. And you take HP 2? Mute? You're not the strongest, uses. You certainly aren't exactly the strongest character I have. Let's just give you attack. And you take the Silver Thorn. EP up and arts up. Seems like an idea. You have action 2. Who got the attack 2 quartz? You did. I think I want another attack 2. A 500, that's not a lot. 500 fire zephyr is not a lot. Toma sure has been coming by often to see Charles these days. I wonder how things are progressing between them. Seeing them together always makes me want to give him a little push. Down a staircase? No, that's extremely rude. Toma sure has been coming by often to see Charles these days. It's not rude, by the way, it's criminal. It's not a nice thing to do. The 3rd Armored Division was ordered to invade Liberl during the crisis 2 years ago. Lieutenant General Vander made the decision to ignore this order after learning of the circumstances there. Chancellor Osbourne definitely wasn't happy about that. In fact, he sent us all out here as a form of punishment. This sort of thing isn't rare within the military, though. All of us in the division are proud of him making that decision, and I'll stick with him wherever he goes. Cool. That's something he was scheming with Oliver, and they actually ended up getting punished for that, did they?
Gaius! Wow, I didn't know you were back.
Hey, Charles, it's been a while. How are things going with Toma?
They're going fine. He even took me down to the settlement on the back of his horse not that long ago. It was really fun too. Everyone there was so kind, and their lifestyle is so interesting.
I'm glad to hear that. Toma was happy about having a friend his age from Erebonia too. Here's hoping the two of you continue to get along.
Hey, of course. Hey, Gaius.
Something wrong, Charles?
No, it's nothing like that, but would you mind if I asked you something?
Of course not. Go for it.
Really? Well, then you wouldn't happen to know what Toma's favorite color is, would you?
Can't say for sure. I think he's told me before, but I just can't remember. Sorry.
Oh. Hey, you're the girl who Toma likes to visit, aren't you? Are you planning on giving him something? Thought so. What exactly did you have in mind? Well, I was actually thinking about making him a scarf.
That sounds like a good idea.
Ah, so that's why you wanted to know his favorite color. Could you keep this a secret from him? I want it to be a surprise, so please?
Of course, don't worry.
We promise we won't tell him.
Though the issue of what color to make it still remains. Would asking him yourself be out of the question, Gaius? I'm not sure that would be wise. It's not really something we would normally talk about, so it might strike him as odd if I ask out of nowhere. Yeah, I can see him getting suspicious. That's not true for the rest of us, though. We should be able to slip it into a conversation without him catching on. He'll never suspect anything like that.
Yeah, that should work. Let's go ask him then, shall we? Thank you so much.
What in the world? Connecting hearts. This was ridiculously well hidden, too. We had to talk to her twice. We talked to her once and it didn't proc. We talked to her twice and there it was. This is... Game, you are stepping up, man. You are stepping up. Charlotte came over here about a year ago to help out with work. Well, I'm glad that she's a hard worker. She's a bit too fearless for her own good. How she turned out that way is a mystery. I've spent her whole childhood telling her to be wary of men. Charlotte came over here about a year ago. You're a good father. Be careful of men. Men are evil beings. He might not be so wrong. Okay, let's talk to the general. Things have really changed here in Nord since the days of Emperor Dracos. I'm sure they never imagined that one day we'd be using things like tanks, armored cars, and airships. Of course, some things stay the same, like our relationship with the people here. Things have really changed. It sounds like you're having a rough time with that field study of yours. It seems unusual to be sending students to a remote area like this. Sounds like Thors is a fan of the tough love approach. Is this a regular part of Thors' curriculum, though? I know it's a famous academy, but this seems like a first. We actually have some graduates from Thors in our division, but none of them ever mentioned having to do anything like this. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish, but it's definitely unorthodox to say the least. That it do. I see that those of you who are not used to this land are looking somewhat exhausted. Don't let it discourage you. As long as you come to understand the grandeur of this land, that's what counts.
There really is a huge difference between what you learn through books and what you learn from first-hand experience. True, especially in regards to the nomad's way of life out here and the delicate relationship with Calvert. I feel ashamed. All I knew about it beforehand was that it was related to Emperor Dracos.
Just think of it as a learning experience. It's true that this land isn't part of the Erebonian Empire. However, it is undeniably a place that has played an important role in shaping Erebonia into what it is today. As long as you realize this, your field study here won't be for naught. Regardless, be sure to make the most of the remainder of your time here. We will, thank you. Oh, there really was a reason this place was chosen for us. This land played an important part in shaping Erebonia into what it is today. Be sure to make the most of your time here. These field studies of yours are an interesting idea indeed. How very like him to think up something like this. He looks happy. So it is Oliver's it is Oliver's idea that we are going through this specialized curriculum for nobles and commoners alike who got chosen through a system of, you know, I don't know how they got chosen, but still, that is very interesting, and it's a good fact that we came across. But for the moment, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, toodles!